With everything that's going on in the world today, now it is more important than ever to learn to set our egos aside, come together and find real solutions, rather than separating ourselves further and further and going down a path of destruction. Join me right now in a guided meditation so you can experience the raw power, love, and positivity that is inside each and every one of us that will find the answers, because love is the answer. Peace is the answer. Not fighting, not differences. So join me and let's find a better way. So let's get going with some releasing. Close your eyes and take a look for where you need to be right. Your position, the way you see things. And you need to have things your way. You need people to agree with you, see things the way that you see them. And take a look at where it is that you are right, and therefore others are wrong. Now, could you let go of your need to be right? Look at what you're doing. You're trying to control the other one. Change how they are. Change what they do. Change how they think. And you're just into playing mind games. Ego games. Now look right behind your need to be right. If you look behind it, you'll notice there's an insecurity there, a fear. Now, you might have a strong reason to be right, because you may be looking at somebody that you think is doing the wrong thing, even doing evil things. And you're afraid, well, if they don't have anybody challenging or opposing them, they're going to step all over you. But that's not the way to go. Again, could you let go of your need to be right? It's just a point of view based on attachments and aversions. Notice, Venus does not need to be right about anything. Venus allows everything. And Venus needs to change nothing and no one. Could you let go of being right? Could you let go of it a little bit more? And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And even more. And could you let it go even more? And even more. And even more. And welcome up that insecurity. See, all this need to be right is so you can avoid feeling insecure, vulnerable. And right now, it's just a feeling. Welcome that feeling up. And just say yes to that feeling now, so it can leave. Say yes to that feeling some more. And some more. And look at it this way. Someone who is strong, stable, and secure inside cannot be threatened by anybody else, no matter how powerful they seem to be. What you have inside of you is more powerful than anything out there. So stop looking to change things out there. Change what's inside of you. And be bigger than what's out there. Right? So welcome up the insecurity so it can leave. Leaving you with strength. And say yes to it some more. That feeling. And some more. And some more. And open up. Let that insecure feeling leave now. Just open up, wide open. And feel that energy drifting out. And let it go some more. And some more. And some more. And some more. Now, someone who's really strong and secure has no problem looking at the other one's point of view. It's someone who's insecure that wants to shut down the other one, silence them. There's no strength in that. And also, it takes insecurity to ignore the other one's point of view or dismiss it. And see all this stuff here. It's all the home of pride. Protecting your ego for fear that others might pass you up. Now, could you set aside your ego and just see things from the other person's point of view? Just step into their shoes for a moment. You know, they have the old saying, you don't really know someone unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. And it takes someone big to do that. It takes someone willing to set their ego aside, to be courageous. Not being the ego, not being pride. Could you let go of being right? And could you let go of judging the other one? Notice how extreme your judgments can get sometimes, to the point of dehumanizing the other one. They're evil. They're awful. They don't deserve to be here. They must be smashed like a bug. How loving is that? And sometimes we point at the other one saying, well, they're the one that's not loving. They need to be smashed. And of course, I'm on the side of good, but I'm just as unloving as the other one seems to be if I'm doing that. Talk about a mirror. So could you allow the other one to be right? Could you allow them to be just as right as you're right? And allow them to see things their way. And could you love them anyway? Greater change happens through love than fighting. Notice all that fighting and arguing, it's all the ego. And of course, the ego always needs to be right. And see, we ignore. We're not being authentic with ourselves. We're not being truthful, but we ignore it anyway because, I got to be right. Look for that. Look for it in yourself. Be courageous. Be big. Could you let that go? And could you let that go some more? And could you let that go some more? And could you let that go some more? And bring up your insecurity. You're lacking safety feelings. That's what's really bugging you. That's what you're fighting to protect. And it's not them that's doing it to you. It's you who's choosing to carry that around with you by suppressing your feelings and making the other one wrong. Notice, as long as you're focusing on the other one, you don't have to look at yourself. Hey, how about that? But that's not strong, and that's not loving. Like they say, turn the other cheek. Welcome up that insecurity. It's your feeling. Let that go. And let it go so you can be courageous. And let it go some more. And some more. And some more. And get a picture of your ego, your persona, your personality. Or as I've heard it from some, your poisonality. That's the thing that you're always having to defend, your need to be right. Right? And that's your toy, your plaything. I remember quite a long time ago, Eckhart Tolle brought up a nice analogy of how we develop our egos and our attachments. First, as a baby, we're laying in the crib and we have our blankie. And it's our form of security. And we identify with it. We think that it's us. So when our parents come along, they want to change our diaper and they try to take the blanket out of the way so they could do that. We start screaming because it feels like they're ripping a part of us away from us. But then after a while, we outgrow that blankie and we grow into a tricycle. Now we identify with that, right? Our toys, our possessions. That's me, right? And we value ourselves based on the toys that we have. And as we continue to grow, we get more sophisticated. Now, it's not so much physical toys, it's mental toys. our opinions, our points of view. And the same thing, when people come along and challenge it, they have a different point of view, we scream bloody murder. Because it feels like if they have a different point of view, they want to kill us or trying to rip away part of us. And that's why we fight so hard to be right. Oftentimes, even though we in the back of our mind, we know we're not completely right. And that's our ego for us. So get a picture of your ego, your persona, your identity, whatever you look like to you. And that's just a picture that you concocted in your mind. Look at that picture now. Just get that picture in your mind of you, who you are. And could you let that picture evaporate, dissolve now? And let that picture dissolve even more. And even more. Just let it dissolve away. Disappear. It's a lot of weight that you carry around, that picture, and a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy to maintain it and protect it, defend it, and stomp out others so you can be right. Let it go. Stop carrying that weight around. Let that picture dissolve some more. And some more. And some more. And some more. And a little bit more. How do you feel now? Do you feel a little bit more lighter? More loving? That's real power. That's where your strength is. And when you are coming from that place, there's nothing to defend. See, you're dissolving the thing that you've been trying to defend, and it's just a fiction in your mind. A big story you made up. Like creating a character in a novel. That's what your whole persona is. Just a made-up story. Stop wasting time protecting something that's false. Step into the truth. That lightness and love that you are. Has no preferences. Sees no differences. Can you welcome up that love now? Just surrender to that lighter feeling and let go so it can get even better. And let go even more. See if it can get even better. And allow that love to arise. And surrender to that love. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and stay open. Stay focused on love.